already know.
Okay,
Go,
okay.
Joy. Shine, Joy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Janine Swa. I represent Think Global. We are an affordable workspace, as Megan says, for everyone. And we're so happy that you're here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Go, Joy. Oh, thank you, Joy. So welcome back.
Welcome back.
Episode 4. Oh, yay. Welcome back. Welcome back. So today we are going to talk about
Comunicación, aka communication.
oh my gosh, communication is literally literally.
I was gonna see how long we could go, but I kind of broke it. Literally, lo más importante. Super important, okay?
It's like the heartbeat.
It's like that. Communication. Before we even dive in, we are communicating right now. You are understanding what I am saying. I am understanding what she and possibly you are saying. Communication.
So today you're gonna have three takeaways from today's episode. And episodia. Wait, did I really say that?
Episode.
Oh, episodio.
Close.
Episodio.
I know, it's Brazil.
So, okay, let me get back to being serious. Okay. So you'll have 3 takeaways today from how to effectively communicate. So, first one is, oh my God, look at my notes. Okay.
Look at your nose.
Practice honesty no matter what.
Yes.
Set aside time to talk about the tough things.
Yes.
And over communicate. So, you know, I love to interview my Joy all the time. So we're going to do this interview style. Oh my God. Okay. So let me get my Ann Curry, Katie Couric on.
Let me get my Rihanna vibes.
Janine. Hi, lovely to meet you.
Yes, it is lovely to meet you.
Oh my gosh, I have followed you for a really long time.
Really?
Very inspired by the work you ladies do.
Thank you so much.
Very
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Okay, so today we're going to dive deep into what communication is.
Right.
So, how do you and your business partner effectively communicate?
Well, first, we feel the vibes. We figure out how the other is feeling, if it's the appropriate time, if it's not. So that's nonverbal communication.
Right.
And then the second form is, if anything, I mean, just on a regular basis, whatever happens throughout the day, we communicate. We talk about it. We discuss it. We make sure that each other is on the same page. That way, if anybody calls us for anything, we both know what's going on.
Right.
I would say just in this highest level, that's how we communicate.
Right. And so, can you, how do you figure out, like, how to talk about the tough situations? Like, what type of setting is always best to talk about, like, to have those tough conversations?
Face to face. What we do if we have tension in our relationship, what we do is we send a text or we say, hey, we should talk about this. We should set some time aside to review XYZ. And then when it comes, we always she and I both do better in person. And so my business partner, you may know her. She's kind of a bad bee. We always do our best communication face to face, just because it's just how we communicate. That's our style.
No, definitely. I think face-to-face communication is so important. I personally hate passive-aggressive people. I do not like people who cannot truly communicate how they are feeling when they're feeling it. So if face-to-face is best because you can read body language.
Right.
You can truly get a feel for, okay, how is this person really feeling? Because then you can ask in return, are you sure? Or are you not?
And it also helps you be more honest too when you're communicating. Because for me, I used to be the type of person where if something were bothering me, I would just stay quiet and then let it build up. But being in a relationship with a person and then also with a business partner, like, you have to learn how that other person communicates best, and they also have to adapt. And I think that that's also where you and I just understand each other too, is that we both don't like passive, but we also just like to get to the point and then figure it out so that we can do what we need to do.
Right, exactly. And then I would also say, like, for the honesty part of communication, not only practicing honesty with someone else, but being honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Because once you're honest with yourself, you can just kind of tell where already, like, what will need to be communicated.
Yeah.
So before it even gets to being a problem. So an example for me is actually, let's take a break.
Glow Getters. Urban Skin RX is this product that we use. Check out this glow. Oh my gosh, Joy, thank you so much for purchasing this Girl Glow Serum. Seriously, it has me popping every day. Your skin is popping. On the Zoom call before you entered, like 2 days ago, someone was like, girl, your skin is popping. And I was like, it was because Urban Skin RX, no one expert. And also, Revitalize, this is the old school package because, you know, I'm like a glow getter from way back when. But get you those eyes, especially when you're working those late hours. You glow, girl!
Let's pick up where we left off. We were talking about in-person communication. And I was going to give you an example of being honest with not only your business partner, but just being honest with yourself so that you can directly just have those conversations before things get tough. So an example for me would be recently I have like a time span of how long a side hustle can typically last me. I start to burn the hell out. And I'm like, I need to get the hell out of here because everything like starts to go downhill and I'm just non-effective in every aspect of my life. And for me, like it took, like I just needed to be honest with Janine and just say like, listen, I am not effective because I freaking hate my side hustle. I wake up every day, I freaking hate it. Like it's just not, I'm good at it, but like no, it doesn't make me happy. It doesn't give me the energy I need to wake up. Like I wake up and I'm tired. And that is because I don't want to go. Like it's just as simple as that. So like me just because I already knew, and obviously like when you know your partner and your partner knows you, I knew that I just was not contributing like I should to the business because I wasn't happy at all. So even now thinking like, oh, tomorrow I have to go.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But no, that honesty, I mean, it's key. You're right. And I think that also takes a lot of introspection and just self-reflection for you to realize what it is that you truly want, how it relates to your day-to-day operations, and then figure it out from there. And so I 100% agree with that, in that honesty with yourself is super, super important. And tip number 3.
Tip number 3, over communicate. So literally when I talk about over communication, I mean literally communicate everything. Like when you send a text to someone, you picked up the phone, like whatever, just communicate. If you think you need to communicate it, communicate it.
Yeah.
Because it's important. Just always keep each other in the loop of what's going on.
Especially because like there are 2 of us.
Right.
So even in business, in our business, we appreciate when people over communicate because a lot of times something could be wrong and nobody tells you and they just assume that you know. So Megan and I would rather annoy people with the amount or the level at which we communicate rather than just thinking that, oh, we're disinterested or like we're not on top of it or something like that. So for us personally, we are just fans of over communication always. But then there's also times where if you need that time to kind of, like we said, be honest with yourself and take that time to reflect and take that time. But once you're done, over communicate.
Yeah, everything. And again, like I just can't stress enough like how important it is to just be honest upfront with people. Set the standards from the beginning so you don't have any issues moving forward. Because I think we did that very well.
Yeah, we did. No, we did. We did. And that goes back to like just your life expectations as well. Like when there are no expectations, when everybody's just understanding and on the same page, there's like minimal disappointment or minimal just miscommunication.
Right. And I mean, I'm gonna speak for myself. I've never experienced this with Janine, but I don't know how y'all's tempers are. But I don't necessarily, because like obviously I respect her, and really in any situation I'm not about to be yelling at the top of my lungs. Like no situation's that serious to me. So if you are a hot-tempered person, you really need to learn when to walk away. Because yelling at someone is not going to get your point across. You need to come at it with a calm attitude, level-headed, and to really see perspective from where that person is coming from to effectively communicate
Yes.
and just have understanding while you're communicating.
No, that's true. That level of empathy that we discussed like 2 episodes ago, it's real. And if you aren't able to calm yourself down, put yourself in the other person's shoes to at least have enough, to at least be level-headed enough to communicate your point, it's not going to be received. And at that point, there's no communication because the other person's not going to be listening to you. So it's always, you're right, be honest with yourself and then know yourself, learn yourself in the way that if you are a little hot-tempered, just give me 10 minutes, walk away, collect your, give me a couple days, walk away, you know, if that's how you roll.
No, seriously. And even if you take the couple days, do not let it go. You need to set time aside to talk about it. Don't sweep any conversations that need to be had under the rug.
No, leave it all. My cousin once told me, leave your balls on the table. Leave them all on the table.
For our females out there,
ladies, leave your vaginas on the table. Just
oh
put
my
it on
God.
the table.
Okay. Not at the global though.
Not at the global. Just figuratively, of course.
But yeah, so to wrap everything up, I hope you guys thought this was very useful. If you guys do have any other any questions that you want, and like how Janine and our partnership continues to work and flourish, please comment below. You can email us at livelocal@thinkwithawglobal.com. You can also follow us on Instagram at thinkwithay.
And why? Because always remember your why.
Global on Instagram and also on Facebook too. Make sure you like this video,
subscribe,
of course. And if you are local to Miami, Florida, we are located right here in the Little River neighborhood.
Come stop by.
So come stop by and see us after this whole pandemic comes to an end. And stay safe out there, people.
Stay safe in these streets, y'all.
Oh my God.
Wear your mask. Bye.